mind has a funny way of playing tricks on us. We could be good at something and have the desire to do well, and it still doesn't work out. And it reminds me of a story when I used to work in call centers. I love working in call centers, doing cold calling. You might think I'm crazy, but I did, and I still do. Let me tell you a little story about sales, okay? And it ties back into this idea of limiting beliefs. So I started at this job working at a call center, and it was a new program that they had implemented, this new campaign. And the goal was to make one sale a day. And I looked at the board, and some people had zeros, and some people had one, and the rare person had two. Good for them. So I sit down and I start doing my thing, and I make 2 sales on the first day, and I thought, okay, good for me. Like, everyone's like, oh, this is great. This guy's new and he did good. And I had the talent and I had the drive, and so good. That makes sense. Next day I come in and I do 4 sales. And now people are looking over their shoulders saying, what's going on here? Like, this guy's the second day, and before people were doing 0 and 1 and maybe 2, and now this guy's just done 4. Third day, 6. After that, another 6, another 4, another 8, another, so, and eventually people start to figure out, okay, well, this is what we can do to improve our game. Well, fast forward a few weeks, and I'm sitting at my cubicle there, and a new guy comes in. Man, he's, seems pretty average, like nothing special, and nice guy, really nice guy. And came from the hot tub industry. And so he sits down, and I'm just doing my thing, and I look at the board a few hours later, 20 sales. 20 sales. Okay. How does he have 20 sales? So then I said, okay, this is a bit strange. And then the next day, 30 sales. Day after that, 50 sales. The day after that, 80 sales. I'm thinking, 80 sales. We're here struggling to make 2 sales. And then I came in and I was the hero, and then all of a sudden we're making 6 and 8 sales. This guy's coming and making 80 sales in 2 weeks. So how does that work? And then, of course, me being competitive and wanting to better sales, I'm like, I want to sit next to that guy, right? I'm sitting next to that guy and listen, and eventually started to implement. And there was some kind of ways to make it happen, and it was like different industries and different geographics, but that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make, though, is a month before this guy showed up, I was the hero for making 8 sales, right? Well, 80 sales is, don't know if you looked at a calculator recently, but 80 is like 10 times what I was doing as the hero, right? Before I showed up, these guys were making 1 sale, 2 sale. 1 was a good day, right? 1 was a good day. You hit your quota. So I'm going to circle back now for a second, if I may. And I want you to think about, what are your limiting beliefs, right? Could you be lifting more? Could you be running further, right? Could you be eating less? Could you be making more money, more sales, more calls, more activity, painting more houses, installing more carpets, right? Like, whatever you're doing, could you be doing it? Could you be doing more of it? Because often it's not a skill or a will issue. It's the subconscious limiting belief that we only know what we know, and there's this kind of like fog where, because we haven't seen it yet, we don't think it is actually possible, right? Until I showed up, 8 sales seemed like an impossible feat. Until a few weeks later when I was stunned and this guy was making 80 sales a day, and then eventually we all were. But think about what your limiting beliefs are, okay? Think about what your kind of goals are, and whether you have set, smart goals, realistic goals, or if they are maybe too low. Sometimes we set our sights too low, I think is really the point. So, limiting beliefs, right? Do you need to see someone else do well in order for you to do well? Or hopefully my story can shed light on the fact that, good is out there, amazing is out there, and maybe that's you. Maybe you're the person that will set the bar higher than others around, right? It kind of goes back to the whole someone, I don't know, the 4 minute mile, right? The whole 4 minute mile idea, right? Took X amount of years for someone to do it, and then after that first person did it, so many other people did it, right? So, what limiting belief is holding you back from being the leader, right, of the next thing? Okay, so think about your goals, think about your limiting beliefs, and go out there and set bars higher for yourself and for others around you.